And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Cameron Woolley Show. With me is Ming Chen.
What's up, everybody?
And I am Cameron Woolley.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Where to go.
Well, we got a lot. I had to go to Houston last week.
Oh, yeah, you had to go to Houston. What con was that?
It's called Comic Palooza.
Oh, yeah, Comic Palooza. Yeah, that looked pretty fun. I was looking at your story, and I'm like,
it's cool.
Cool.
We had fun. Hayden Christensen was the headlining guest. Anakin Skywalker. Or Darth Vader now. But yeah.
Did you fraternize with him?
I said a quick hello to him. He had big long lines.
Oh,
I
yeah,
caught
he
him.
probably had.
Actually, I caught him. Actually, I don't know if you call this Friday. I was going into the bathroom. He was coming out. I was like, oh, hey, man.
Oh, so it's like me with Nick Mangold.
I guess, did that happen to you?
No, I've told the story a few times, so basically, I'll tell it again.
Sure, just in case.
I was at Yankee Stadium, 2018. It was a game against the Rays. Giancarlo Stanton's first Yankee Stadium homer.
Okay.
So I was there. We got the Legend Suite. So, which, if I could describe it to anybody, it looks like the cafeteria on the Death Star.
Oh,
but
cool.
It had really, really
like
good
candy,
food.
Like candy.
It was really good. They had a whole ice cream selection. No,
you like ice cream?
That was in my fat days, dude. I gobbled that up.
Yeah,
the ice cream, cheese fries, the whole
Everything.
thing. But you know me with cheese fries at Yankee games. I can't go without it.
No.
But anyways, after the game, if you don't know who Nick Mangold was, he was all-pro center for the Jets. He was there the last time they were good.
Yeah.
He was there for a super long time, really good offensive lineman. They showed him on the Jumbotron at the game, and I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm out of the game. I run to the restroom, and as I'm walking out, or maybe he was in the urinal next to me.
Oh.
Or, like, not next to me. I hope not. But again, when you're at a baseball game, those rules kind of get thrown out the window because everybody's so jammed in there. It's like, it's whatever. But I remember I took a quick glance and I'm like, not where you think where I took a glance, but I looked, I saw a Jet hat and I'm like, that was Nick Mangold. I didn't bother to say hi to him.
Oh yeah, you were probably next to him, was like, hey man, great game, huh? Well, actually, was it a great game?
Oh yeah, it was a good game. We won. It was nice. It was
okay. So
nice, easy ball. It was the mobster game.
Meaning
where I was heckling Joe West.
Oh right.
All the,
yeah.
Yeah, that was a fun baseball game.
Yeah,
in terms of vibes, it was probably my second favorite Yankee game I've ever been to.
Yeah.
Number one was probably the first one I went to. We just beat the shit out of the Orioles, and it was my first Yankee game. I remember Robinson Cano hit a grand slam. That was pretty fun.
Yeah. Well, we did have the Cameron Woolley Show series this past week. Yankees unfortunately took 2 out of 3 for me.
Yeah, and they've been
easily could have been.
And the Yankees have been reeling lately too. Oh my God. They're like, I want to go on. It's like part of me wants to go on one of these explosive, passionate rants, but I don't know if I have. Well, first, I used up all my rant juice for Sports Grid. But again, I mention every time the litmus test for this team is the middle of June. And to the shock of not me and not anybody who has paid attention to this team, they failed the shit out of it.
I see a lot of L's here.
And it's what they do every year. And I guarantee this is going to go on for another month.
And how long was that consecutive inning scoreless streak that they went through?
28 innings?
8 or 9, yeah. Well, a lot. Almost 30.
I don't know. That's the amount of championships that they have, I guess. I don't know.
With this offense, they should not be going that many innings.
You'd think.
Three games without scoring, basically.
You'd think.
Yeah.
And the win on Sunday, maybe you think, oh yeah, it was the day after they score 9 runs. They get a little rally going in the 8th inning.
They got 3 in the 8th.
The Devin Williams starts to look like the Devin Williams that they trade for.
Sure.
Closing the game, getting saves. So maybe you start to think, okay, maybe things are going a little right. All of a sudden, they get smacked by the Reds on Monday, and then last night they're up 3-0. They take Carlos Rodon out after 6 innings, a shutout ball on 88 pitches, and then Jonathan Loaizaga promptly shits his pants the second he sets foot on the mound and gives up the entire lead while only pitching a third of an inning, and then they end up losing in extras. This team is feeble in extras, by the way. They can't. With the ghost runner, you think it would be easy to score. Not for these guys, because they're losers. They don't know how to hit in high leverage. They can't do it. As much as I want them to do it, this is just who they are. And this is why, like you'd see me a couple years ago, I'd be coming in after a week like this. I'd be throwing things. I'd be smashing the table.
I'm surprised. This table has several dents in it from your...
I'd be throwing... I mean, let me feel around.
Yeah, there's some dents in here. There's definitely some...
There's some dings.
Yeah. That's why I bought the cheap table. Like, if I would have bought, like, the Italian marble one that I wanted, you would have Hulk smashed it already. I was like, dang,
a nice marble podcast table. That'd be pretty nice. Well, I mean,
sweet,
would the cloth be on it if there was... Yeah.
No, but you would have been... And then they would have just... Yankees, arr. Yeah. DJ LeMahieu, yeah.
Speaking of things that haven't been what they were, dude, the Hulk. He hasn't been the Hulk. I don't know. I just randomly thought about that.
Yeah,
you brought up the Hulk. He hasn't been the same since, what was it, Age of Ultron was the last time he was really...
Yeah, well, now he's Smart Hulk. Then we got the Red Hulk, Harrison Ford.
Oh, God, I still haven't bothered to see the new Cap movie.
It's out there. It's streaming.
If you can even, I don't know if you can even call him Cap. I guess like that's just Falcon. I got no disrespect.
Sure, but
no disrespect to Sam Wilson. That's. I'm sorry.
No, but Chris Evans. Yeah, Steve Rogers.
That's
Steve
not
Rogers.
Captain America.
I agree. Sure. Yeah. Well, hey, Clark Schmidt almost had a no-hitter.
They took. I don't mind that they took him out after 7 innings.
How many pitches? 88.
He was at over 100.
Oh, it was over 100. Yeah.
He's like a month off coming back from an injury, and he's been really effective. That's the last thing this team needs is a reliable, consistent, effective starter going down. One of the last things this team needs is
that
Clark
being
Schmidt
said,
going
against
down
this Orioles team, with their feeble offense, he probably would have gotten the no-hitter. But at what cost?
Johan Santana.
That was the example I was right about to bring up. Who threw, I don't know, like 134, maybe 150 pitches. I lost count, and he was wrecked after that. But he got his no-hitter.
Yeah.
He got his no-hitter.
And like the only Mets no-hitter ever, I think to this day.
Yeah, but at what cost?
And they've had like a whole generation of good pitchers after that.
Yeah,
and they had prime DeGrom.
Yeah.
This is a franchise with Tom Seaver and
Doc
Gooden, Kuzman, all those guys.
Yeah, really.
I think Kuzman was a pitcher.
Really good guys. I saw your commentary on that. I was like, should they have taken him out? Yeah, you don't want to.
You don't want to destroy a guy's arm
for one moment of glory. Yes.
Yeah, and I know the moments are cool, and baseball is a sport that some people argue are missing cool moments.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Nolan Ryan's at home going 88, 100 pitches.
Dude, Nolan
amateur
Ryan.
Hour. He's a freak in nature.
Sitting there with,
he's a freak in nature, though.
As he's sitting there with his Brett Favre carbon fiber shoulder brace. I forgot what that brand was called, but when I was in middle school, I'd see nonstop ads that had Brett Favre. That was all about joint braces that are made out of copper fit. That's what it. I think that's what it was called.
Those late night ads. It was him and Jerry Rice. Or were those was that something else? It was magnets. Do you remember the late night commercials? They had there's a back brace with these magnets in it. It was these reduce pain and they make me play better. It's get out of here, magnets.
Dude, it's snake oil.
Yeah, yeah.
Now you want to talk about a real snake oil salesman, dude? Shaq. That guy will do anything for money.
Shaq's a rich man, dude. He owns 15 Popeyes or something, and he's got.
Of course, that's the venture that Shaq would go into.
He's a good businessman. He's got
hey Chuck, I own 15 Popeyes.
Yeah. I'm
sure Charles Barkley could clean out their whole stock in a single day.
That's right. I could use some icy hot right now. That's all I'm saying. I can use some Icy Hot right now.
Jeez.
And he's got his own shoe brand too.
Dude.
He's got the Shaq shoes.
Weren't those like the Kmart version of Jordans?
Well, the story goes that
he wanted affordable basketball shoes.
a mother got mad at him, and she's like, how I can't afford $200 shoes for my kids. Like, what about for us? And he's like, all right, and he made affordable shoes that look cool. I mean,
the thing is, like, if you were a kid in the '90s and you walked around with Shaqs, dude, you were gonna get made fun of.
I saw them. They look cool. Now, granted, I don't own any, but if the Shaq brand shoes want to sponsor the Karen Woolley show, or even better, make a Karen Woolley exclusive, that'd be cool.
I am not a sneakerhead at all. I've been wearing the same Nike Air Max running shoes since I was like, oh man, dude, that was 2 school years ago.
Yeah, but let's say Shaq comes to you, he's like, all right, I love the show. I want to do a shoe for you. Like what? High top, low top?
I guess it would be like low tops, like comfortable soles, comfy soles.
Okay.
As my feet hurt, and whenever I stand up for
I mean,
that's why I couldn't work in the food service business.
Right.
Why do you think in case you wonder why I try so hard in school, I can't wait tables, I can't bus, I can't run food, I can't bartend, dude. I'm not.
No, but these would be like gamer shoes or shoes for the game.
Okay, first of all, gamer shoes. First of all, gamer shoes are my bare feet.
Sure. Yeah. But if you were to market, you're a gamer and you're a commentator. These would be specialty shoes for your industry.
I don't know. I mean, if Shaq
or
wants to do it.
podcasting shoes, like
dude,
maybe,
I'm wearing flip flops right
those
now.
are those are the podcasting shoes.
Although these flip flops, they got bottle openers at the bottom of them.
Oh, okay, cool.
That's a really neat party trick. If people get past the fact that they're on the bottom,
like the most dirtiest
shoes.
surface,
like the dirtiest surface. Dude, it's alcohol.
Hey, man.
It's alcohol.
I was recently stuck and I didn't have a bottle opener and I was Googling like hacks how to open a bottle, and you can use another bottle to open one bottle. You can use a lighter, or put it at the edge of the table. You hit it, but none of these were working for me because I was a bad college student. I didn't learn all these. I wasn't in a fraternity, so I didn't learn these tricks.
Also, I'm too weak to open it with my my hands are too soft.
Yeah,
to just like open them up, dude.
We're podcasters.
Dude,
we don't do manual labor.
I'm a professional troll.
Yeah,
I have like tiny golf calluses.
Right,
but that's only on like this part of my hand.
Right,
where I get the golf calluses. That's it, dude. I don't do any work with my hands.
No. But that'd be good.
I'm a pansy.
But you have a color preference, or would they have pinstripes on them? Little homage.
I'm not branding anything with that. That's a loser's brand right there.
Red and black.
Red,
black, and white.
Okay, red and black. I think I'd get in trouble because of Jordan.
Throw some white in there for the Devils.
Or it would be the
or you can put some
Christmas
green in there,
jerseys.
little green. That would be cool.
Yeah. The red, black, and green.
That was my favorite colorway, I think. Yeah.
Oh, dude, remember when I don't know why the NHL stopped doing the reverse retros.
I mean, I imagine sales. I imagine
there's no way those jerseys weren't selling. You're telling me? Well, some of them probably sold like shit, and some of them probably sold really well.
Yeah.
I'm inclined to think that the Devil's weed jerseys sold better than whatever like the Vegas jerseys were.
Cool. The Colorado ones.
Oh the Rockies ones were.
Rockies are okay with the colorway. Those Rangers ones were terrible.
The Lady Liberty ones, I like those.
Not that one, but weren't there one just the Rangers on it?
Oh yeah. That one's very. Bleh. I mean, there's a little bit of a following behind it. Like they still have an alternate now where it's just their crest.
Yeah.
In the middle there, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Like there was like when I watched the Four Nations final, there was a guy wearing a Kreider jersey who. And of course, that whole time I was high-fiving and hugging him because we were all we were American that night.
Yes, all of us.
I'm wearing my Jack Hughes jersey, sweating my ass off in a packed bar, a college dive bar, no less.
It's a thing of beauty while watching sports. So
Oh no, dude. The nights out. No, once all my friends and I turned 21, we would. Oh no, we'd go there like a couple hours before a rush. We went there for a karaoke night one night, and like before there was we'd get in the back where you could get a table,
yes,
and we felt really
sit.
cool.
Yeah.
We felt really cool because after a little while we were like behind a curtain, and we're like, oh shit.
oh yeah,
dude.
VIP man.
Yeah, I felt like a VIP. I'd be going there, and of course you could go up to the bar and get a drink and
Sure.
bring it back.
Yeah.
So like. It's like I was just there, just doing my thing, and other people would come over, and then, dude, it's a great time.
That's key. Get there early. Get there early. Love it. Well, here I'm looking at the schedule here. If they lose if the Yankees lose 2 out of 3 of the A's, then you might be in trouble.
No, what might be, dude, we already are in trouble.
True.
Look around you, dude. I knew once we lost the series to Boston, I was like, okay, yeah. Like, the series to Boston at Yankee Stadium, that was a warning sign.
Yeah, clean sweep. Never a good thing.
And then they got swept at Fenway Park, and then they lose the first 3 out of 4 to the Angels. Again, I have no faith in this team to do anything of substance. Maybe they can win the pennant, but I don't see anybody... Like, the Tigers are probably going to beat us.
First team to 50 wins right now. They're looking great, and they have the best pitcher on the planet.
Dude, Tariq Skubal. Oh my God, dude. How do you... I'm curious, dude. Is it possible to beat that guy?
I
mean, I know Cleveland did it last year in the ALDS in Game 5,
sure.
but I don't know how you do that. Like, how do you beat one of Tariq Skubal or Paul Skeens? Like, give up the Cy Young for the next 5 years.
Right.
Barring Paul Skeens getting traded.
They're both look invincible, yes.
And they're on teams who aren't going to be willing to pay them.
Unfortunately, no.
Dude, Paul Skeens, First of all, Paul Skeens is Tommy John surgery waiting to happen.
Well,
if you look at the fastball.
Yeah. If you analyze how hard he throws plus spin rate equals, yes, TJ, Tommy John.
Or he might just be Kryptonian and doesn't have joint pain.
I mean, statistically, does he pitch better when Earth's yellow sun is out? These are stats that we should probably look at. Like if the sun is stronger.
I mean, Superman still kicks ass at night.
In the cloud, he does. Yeah, he does. But
I mean, wasn't Batman vs Superman at night? Although he wasn't really like. I mean, Batman kind of, but at Superman, he was pulling his punches in that movie, though.
Right. Well, I know Paul Skeens' weakness, and just tell him that your mom's name is also Martha, and then then you pitch. Hasn't anyone figured this out yet?
Despite the vitriol that movie has like garnered, yeah. I still think it's very underrated.
Underrated, very underrated. I don't know about that, but
all of a sudden,
yeah.
I think that I don't mind watching it.
Yeah,
especially after watching the Snyder Cut.
Yeah, well, we're getting a new Superman like 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Or a month. I think it's actually no,
July 11th.
It's like 2 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
Dude, new Superman. I mean, it's James Gunn.
James Gunn's awesome.
When I heard that he was heading up the new DC cinematic or DCU,
yeah,
I guess what it's called. I was like, great. So
yeah, it's like he's got this.
I'm like, okay, so DC is just going to be peak for the next 10 years. Like,
ideally,
that's what I've gotten.
Ideally, yes.
I still got to wait and see what he does with Batman. Because I don't know if it's like just looking at the lighting from all of his movies, I think you got to do something.
Too bright? Too bright?
Yeah. Well,
Superman.
He's
Superman's
got,
bright.
no, yeah, I know Superman's bright, but I don't know how he's going to contrast that with Batman.
Yeah.
And I am a little bit about what he's going to do with Batman, but I think he's going to do a good job at Superman, Green Lantern, Wonder Woman. I have complete faith.
When I saw Crypto the Super Dog, I'm like, all right, I'm in.
Like obscure characters.
I'm in. We're both dog lovers. I'm like, yeah, dog. But you gotta get the Super Dog in there. Get a Super Dog in there. That should be good though. Should be good. I wanted to bring this up since we're talking about baseball, but Ketel Marte got
Dude,
heckled
that-
at a White Sox
that-
game to the point
where he was like
he
crying.
was in tears. He was in
No,
tears.
because apparently somebody brought up like his mom.
his dead mom.
Yeah, who
Mom
like died 8 years ago.
in a
Like,
car accident.
dude, that's
low, man.
that is super duper low.
Yeah, like
In most other cases, I'd be like, okay, dude, suck it up. But
not
in
this.
that
though.
moment, you're just like, no, dude. Like, no.
like
you.
you can tell a guy he
But
sucks.
no,
which he
they
doesn't.
should have given him. They should have given Ketel Marte 5 free swings with an aluminum bat at that guy's head. That I would have. Oh my god, dude,
I mean, that also
is despicable.
I agree.
What he said and what he did, and I'm happy that most of the reaction of this has been, defending Ketel Marte.
Oh yeah.
And not seeing a lot of these old heads being like, "Oh, suck it up, you pansy, you whine." It's
Right.
just words. It's like, no, dude. Like that crosses a line.
Right.
And I've yelled some things.
Oh,
at-
sure. I've yelled at umpires. I've yelled at opposing players.
I'm like, I've yelled
But-
at umpires. I've yelled at opposing players.
I've yelled at managers. Yeah. We've heckled, but there's a fine line between.
I remember at the Rock.
There's an art to it. There's an art to heckling.
Dude, it's great.
Yeah, but there are lines you don't cross. Like, you talk about a guy's dead mom. Like that's.
Thing is, like, I could heckle a guy. I'd say like Mika Zibanejad.
Okay.
So like, I went to a Devils Rangers game.
Sure.
And,
Oh yeah, you got it.
and I heckled Mika
Oh,
Zibanejad, like talk about how he's overpaid.
Shesterkin, freaking King Henrik. Yeah, they've heard all this from me and their fans. But
But like, if I met the guy in person, I'd be like, yeah, it's all in good fun.
Yeah.
It's all just like I'm sure I could probably sit down and have a good time talking to Mika Zibanejad. Most of the players, I'm sure that most of the players on the Rangers are like decent people.
oh yeah,
I mean, Matt Rempe's the only one who I'm kind
it's
of
more like dude,
about.
come on.
Because like he's like he does. If he wasn't a hockey player, he'd be a serial killer.
I would wear a helmet if I had to meet him. If they're like, hey, you want a dinner with?
I don't think he can see you.
Yeah, you're right. Well,
Like
then-
if he's standing up and looking straight.
yes, I'm right at elbow
Like,
height. I
or-
think though, right? I would
Yeah,
probably be at
elbow height, yeah.
So I'd have to wear.
No, then he'd hit you, and then fans on Twitter would say it was an accident. He was
Right.
just tall.
Yeah, he's just tall. I happened to be at the right height, and it was my fault. It's my fault. Yeah, you're right.
Completely ignoring him chicken winging.
Yeah.
Thing we do. Dude.
Yeah. Well,
Oh my
22-year-old fan, idiot, banned indefinitely from wherever guaranteed rate field or whatever the White Sox
Rate
call it.
field.
Crazy
Out of
Tuesday.
all the
And then-
stadiums to be banned from,
I know you get banned from like the
really like
the-
being banned
the
from
worst, one of the two worst. Well,
like
one of the three worst.
Alcatraz in the form of a baseball field. Like,
Basically, yes. Yes, basically. Yeah, big deal.
the only thing that I shit you not, the only thing that the White Sox have going for them right now is the Pope.
Oh yeah,
The
he's
Pope,
a fan.
Dude, the Pope is the only
they're blessed.
thing.
They're by the Catholic Church, basically, and possibly God, or the
Dude, you think no, he's a Midwestern baseball fan.
Right.
The first thing that Pope Leo the 14th did when he became Pope and he sat down in that little room where there's probably a secret room in the Vatican where you can
there are
like
many
where there's
secret
like a shrine where you can closely or more closely
commune with the Lord,
commune with God.
Sure, a direct pipeline. It's like in Star Wars,
In Empire, yeah,
where
where-
he does it and kneels down and the Emperor shows up.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
What is thy bidding, my master? Yes, like that.
No, I guarantee you, like that's the first thing that he did.
Right. It's like, hey,
It's gonna be just like, dude.
Yeah, they're-
I'm
you
a
know-
I have worked so hard to get in this position just so I can ask you this.
right. First
Hop off my baseball team's dick, bro.
Right.
Please.
Yeah.
Just
remove
stop
the
it.
Remove whatever curse has been placed on them or whatever. Yeah.
They won one World Series in 2005.
I
But,
remember that. Yeah,
most
beat
random.
the Astros. Yeah,
back when they were in the National
Ozzie
League.
Guillen. Yeah,
Dude, I miss when. I wish that if the Astros were still in the National League, I'm fairly certain the Yankees would have won in 2019.
Oh,
But I'm fairly certain the 2019 Yankees would have won the World Series if the Astros were still in the
19,
National League.
17.
No, 17. I don't know about 17 because that was kind of a devil magic team, but 19, that was a genuinely good.
Yeah,
That was the last time I had really.
like faith.
That was the last time I had real faith. And I mean, last year in October for like a fleeting moment, because of course they made it to the World Series and they had Juan Soto and everything. But like, not really.
They were one fly ball away from maybe taking the series, but yeah. Come on, they ran into a stacked Dodger team. So
Yeah.
what are you gonna do?
That team was stupid.
What are you gonna do?
We're going to look back at that series in like 20 years. Think of how many people are going to be in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, I mean, most
You're
of
going to
that
have
team,
at least five of that Dodgers lineup. You got
Freeman, Betts, Shohei.
Freeman, Betts, and Ohtani are shoo-ins.
Right. Geez, who am I missing?
On their pitching or on their lineup.
I mean, yeah, I don't know.
I mean, like the 24 Dodgers. But again, that's one third.
That's 1/3 of this team. Yeah.
That's 1/3 of the starting lineup. That's guaranteed to go into the Hall of Fame.
Right.
That's a foregone conclusion.
Yeah.
I don't think you're getting like I can't really convince.
Yeah, it's a pretty stacked
Anyone.
lineup. Speaking of Shohei, he's back throwing.
Allegedly, I mean,
Well, he threw an inning.
He threw an inning. And it's like whenever I see, like a lot of people called the MLB Twitter account really like stupid and glazing for posting his live BP.
Right.
But anybody who works in social media content creation, me, I'm in that business. I'm in the engagement baiting business. Look at the viewership on those videos. Is it appealing to us? Absolutely not. But all of Japan and South Korea and Taiwan.
All of Asia, basically, yes.
I think about anywhere in Asia except for like, I don't know, do they allow, I don't know, does China allow?
China?
Like, I know China has a relationship with the NBA.
Yes.
I don't know if they're doing
Thank you,
anything
Yao
with-
Ming, but yes.
like with baseball.
I
haven't heard about Chinese baseball. I know in Japan and Korea.
No.
Or South Korea. Like North Korea, I know they definitely don't know what the hell a Shohei Ohtani is. But
I mean, back in the good old Chen Ming Wang kind of
he was Taiwanese.
he was Taiwanese. Still broke down a couple borders down there though. So there's
I guess like Thailand, maybe Cambodia.
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't know.
Cambodia's got other things to worry about,
My
but
buddy
yeah.
was just down in Cambodia, and he was talking about how like a good apartment down there is $100 a month. And
Yeah.
I'm like, shit, man. Like,
Sure, it's an option.
I'm like, sure. If I understand how to convert if I work remotely,
Which you could.
that's what I do right now.
Yeah.
Like, if I work remotely,
Yeah.
dude, like I gotta think about my expenses. Dude, on my job right now, I could live in Cambodia.
You could. Yeah, exactly. But Ohtani, I'm a little surprised. He doesn't need to throw a pitch ever again. I mean, maybe later on.
They paid him $700 million.
I know.
If they want
but
him to pitch, he's gonna pitch.
I know, but he's had two Tommy Johns, correct?
It doesn't matter, dude. They're gonna if the Dodgers don't want to do it, Major League Baseball is gonna twist their arm and make them do it.
Okay, fair enough. It's ratings, so then is what you're telling me.
There are plenty other forces at hand.
Okay, I'm sure he went to like I want.
Maybe the Yakuza has something to do with
I mean,
this.
I was
don't know,
thinking
dude.
more that he wants to pitch, and that's why they let him do it.
I guess. I
to,
assume he
but-
wants to pitch,
Yeah.
but like if he does, or it's more like if the Dodgers don't want him to pitch, then it's like,
Right. All I'm saying is it's very risky.
oh yeah, it's incredibly risky.
Extremely risky. You need
Also,
that
like-
bat in that lineup, man.
Yeah, Yeah, you kind of really do.
So-
You need the bat every day more than you need the arm
Exactly,
every
5 days.
week.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. So I don't. I like why are you letting him do this? But you're right. They did pay him $700 million to do both things. I just what is the risk assessment here? What's it? We're the risk managers. I
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I'm sure they got really good insurance as well. So,
Oh no,
what do you think
first of all, all of that money's deferred.
True.
Think about how many loans they must have taken out or they're gonna take out loans
To finance this later on, yes.
Yeah, they're gonna have to finance this. Well, I mean, they're a Major League Baseball team, and they have appeal in like opposite hemispheres. So, yeah, I think they can afford it.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Because
Well,
I know their currency isn't as strong as our currency, but
no. Well, good luck, Shohei. I'm glad. I guess we're glad you're back. I don't want to see him get. I don't want to
no,
see.
I don't
want
like
to see him out long term again. I like watching him.
oh, dude, he's a very fun
I did watch it. I saw him hit
player.
2 home runs live. It was cool.
Shohei Ohtani bobblehead day.
I was on the Shohei bobblehead.
Oh
night.
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
You got that.
I got one of them here. I got one here. It's pretty cool.
We've shown this
The other
before.
one,
I need a refresher on what this looks like.
Here, let's
Oh my god, dude, this
That's
is
pretty cool, right? I mean, we got. If you look at this, we got like it's like anime
look at the
style. It's pretty cool. The bobblehead itself is very very awesome. Got some stats on here. Very cool. And then I also have this bobblehead. This is the
so
Derek Jeter.
it's so
Is this the last hit retirement bobblehead? I think.
it's so devoid.
You know,
I don't know what
comparatively. Yeah, listen, we're comparing West Coast, East Coast styles. This one very utilitarian.
Well, because the Yankees are just they're more of a corporation than a franchise.
Sure.
I mean,
this one could be, a little more fun, perhaps, but.
Of course, they must have commissioned some, like, manga artist.
Oh, sure.
I tell you, dude, they can draw.
Yeah, this
Dude,
one
manga
also
artists, dude, they're great.
also sponsored by a company called Guggenheim, which I believe has more money than God right now. I can't remember what they do, but they're very rich. Although this one brought to you by TikTok, so also more money than God.
Oh
So,
yeah, TikTok. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Dude, the amount of data, the amount of user data or the amount of value that the user data on that app has to have.
yeah.
Oh my God. Dude,
But
it is.
this photo, if I'm not mistaken, this is when he hit the walk-off single against the Orioles in his last at bat at Yankee Stadium.
the most obvious soft toss fastball that
You think he grooved it? You think he threw him a meatball?
Because what? Didn't you guys already clinch the division by that
I
point?
think so. Yeah. By then, it didn't really matter.
Also, I'm gonna throw a little hot take out there.
Okay.
I think Gary Thorne's call of Jeter's last hit was way better than Michael K's.
Well,
listen to that call
Okay.
compared to Michael K's. Dude,
Yeah.
First of all, I just miss Gary Thorne in
oh,
general.
hockey and baseball. Yeah.
When I heard that ESPN was bringing back the NHL, I thought there was no doubt that they were gonna throw untold amounts of Disney money at Gary Thorne.
Yeah.
But they didn't do it, and instead we're stuck with Sean McDonough. I'll say this, Bob Wischusen is very, funnily enough, the Jets radio guy is the best hockey commentator that
Yeah.
ESPN has. I love hearing him. Whenever it will be a Devils game, say it will be on one of those ESPN Plus games, I'll throw it on, and if I hear Bob Wischusen's voice, I'm like, all right, we're in for a good night.
Yeah. Let's go.
And I love hearing that guy's voice. Although my best Devils memory of the last 12 years was a Sean McDonough called game. So Although I listened to the MSG version with Bill Spalding and Dano, so
Yeah. The Adam Henrique call.
well that was Doc
that's fine.
Emmerich.
Yeah, but that was like, if you're talking about one, ready to pick one over the last, what'd you say, 10 years?
I said the last 12 because we're
12?
going to like
Oh, right.
back to 2013.
Yeah.
Like after from the dark age forward.
Yeah, that was a good call. Speaking of hockey, since we weren't here last week, kind of crossed over, but congratulations, Florida Panthers.
Dude, that Panthers team is, again, they're just winners. They're everything. I said this on Sports Grid. This is everything a fan could possibly want their team to be.
Yeah.
Not only do they get results, but they do it in tough ways. They don't spiral. They never let anybody. They don't let adversity get to them. That word doesn't exist in their vocabulary.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just not there. And they have so many tough players. And even though that roster was analytically built, Bill Zito said it himself. But that team is just so tough. I mean, you got so many guys, dude. They're just a team of assholes. All of them are assholes. Ironically enough, except for Barkov.
Is that what we need? Is more assholes? Is Jack Hughes? Are the Hughes brothers too nice?
Well, you can win a Stanley Cup by being nice. You got to have a couple. You got to have a couple guys.
Yeah.
I was like, even the Colorado Avalanche, who are regarded by a lot as the best team of the 2020, like the 2022 Colorado Avalanche. You put them up pound for pound against anybody.
Yeah,
I think that team wins.
Yeah.
Even against this current Panthers team, I think that team in a best of 7 wins. But they had like one asshole, like one notable asshole. They had Nazem Kadri. That's it. And Nazem Kadri could also score like crazy, but they had like an asshole.
I mean, the Devils, do we have anybody like, that guy's kind of an ass? Like, it's in a good way.
I don't really.
Maybe that's what we need.
Like Timo Meyer to a degree, but that's not. Like, he can turn on that switch when he wants to, but
right. But all the time though, that's what we might be missing.
if Tom Fitzgerald is listening to this,
Yes.
no, that does not mean throwing $8.5 million a year at 37-year-old Brad Marchand.
No.
That is not what I mean
No.
at all. And that does not mean throw $10 million a year for 7 years at Sam Bennett. No, that does not mean that in the slightest.
There are plenty of cheaper, younger assholes out there.
But you could develop them.
Yeah.
Develop an asshole.
You're sure. Okay, yeah. Do it from the beginning. I like it.
Just have a guy who can, get away with some of those.
Could that
dirty
be,
hits.
Perhaps a new position in the front office, like development, like asshole development?
I mean, screw it, dude. Hockey's a big boys club. You could bring somebody from that 90s
Right.
team. They have Marty Brodeur as like the assistant GM. What the hell does Marty Brodeur even do?
No, he goes to all the
the
people
Devil.
by the suites, goes and shakes hands with everybody during the game and takes pictures with them, so they keep renewing their suite packages every year.
Okay, yeah,
that's all.
I'm talking
And then,
about hockey operations. It's like,
that I don't know if he has any. Does he have any real power up there? Then
I don't know. I'd take his word
oh sure,
on a lot.
Sure.
He knows what he's doing.
sure. But
Three-time Stanley Cup champion.
but I think it's
God
more
knows
of a,
how many wins, dude. Like,
but I think of that. I think it's more of a ceremonial, like thank you for your service position. Here's your check for the week.
It's his pension.
Yeah, it's not a bad job at all. All you gotta do is show up.
Yeah, you can just hang out. You go around, you shake hands, you take
Love
pictures.
that job. Yeah.
It's like, say you're, like, all that is done by first intermission. So after that, you get to go up to your nice executive suite.
Yeah, hang out.
That's where all the good coffee is.
Right. Oh yeah. It's where all the good everything is. Yeah.
I wonder what they even have up there. Like, do they even have? I know the Devil's Suite. I sat in one for the Cup final in 2012.
Yeah.
I remember there being all sorts of. They had a whole selection, a whole like buffet of of food. You had fries, mac and cheese, chicken finger, the whole.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
You had the autism sampler, as I like to call it. I can say that I'm autistic.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Before
Also, no food touching each other, like all separated, very neat.
I don't have a
Very
problem
orderly.
with the food. I don't have a problem with food touching each
Okay.
other. Like I have. No, you ever try this? Dip chicken tenders in mac and cheese.
I have not tried that.
I do that sober.
I have not tried that. R.I.P. to the Popeyes down the street again. By the way, that's where we would have done it. But yeah,
I've done it with that Popeyes.
it burned down almost a year ago to this day.
Very
So
sad.
never forget the Popeyes down in Eatontown on Route 35, right by the old Studium. And real quick, that Popeyes was a selling point, by the way. Like people would visit the studio, see if it was cool. Like, wait, did I see a Popeyes down there? Like, yeah. I was like, okay, we're in.
Meanwhile, nobody cares about the McDonald's.
I mean, listen, you go to
And in that little strip mall with the Dollar General, I think is down there. They've got a really good bagel place, and
Yeah,
they got
it's not bad.
Chinese.
Chinese,
that's
Chinese
where I get
place
the-
is okay, but the bagels are
I
pretty
mean,
good.
like Chinese food, it's Chinese food.
There's good and bad. I assure you.
I know there is good and bad. We live in New Jersey,
Yeah.
dude. There's
Yeah.
I can rely on the Chinese food being good. At
not
least
bad.
what I get. I get very simple dishes. I get pork fried rice.
Okay, that's a standard.
Obviously with no vegetables. No vegetables.
No onions, no. Okay.
No onions.
Okay.
None of those little flower stems they put in either. No.
Flavor, but okay.
I know it's like I don't mind the flavor. It's the texture.
Okay.
The
Fair.
texture. I get with the pork and the rice. There's flavor and there's plenty.
It's fair enough. But when that Popeyes opened and when the Shake Shack opened, those were selling points for a little bit. People
Well, the Shake Shack is near where Monmouth Mall was. Again,
Yes.
rest in peace.
Yes.
Although that mall was kind of
It was on its
corp.
way out.
That was a zombie for around 10 years.
Yeah.
Only thing it had going for it was, I swear, most of its revenue came from that Chick-fil-A that they had in there.
Oh,
And-
most?
and
Most?
And then
Oh,
they,
that thing-
okay, they had the AMC there too.
Yeah, it was.
They had
I mean,
the AMC,
it's still there.
And then
Still there.
Prime, dude, during Prime MCU,
Oh, that's
that
where
whole-
I went. Yeah, it was packed. Had to reserve tickets.
God, I miss those days. Dude, like the lead up to, I remember, dude, the first day back at school after seeing Infinity War. Dude, we would sit down. No, it was the Situation Room. Dude, 'cause we'd never seen them lose.
No, yeah,
The Avengers don't lose.
yeah. But they're beaten down, man. It's like, how are they gonna get out of this?
Yeah, dude, that really was a question. It's like,
Find
dude,
out next year when part 2 comes out.
It's
Yeah.
like, dude, how the hell?
And then
are
we
they
found
gonna-
out.
Oh,
Yeah.
where the hell was Ant-Man? And then we find out, oh, that's where
he
Ant-Man was.
He was. Yeah. There he
I
is.
figured they never in Infinity War they never gave him a call.
No.
They never bothered. They just sort of they're like, nah, we don't need him. Who cares about where that guy's at?
Right. And by the way, where the heck is Captain Marvel? I don't know, saving other people. I
Remember
guess.
Captain Marvel and that
Had something better to do, I
like
suppose.
no, it was in Endgame. She gave a very like pretentious,
Pretty vague.
pretty
Like, there are
vague,
other
pretentious,
problems in the universe.
essential.
Get out of
Brie-
here.
Essential Brie Larson response
Right.
of there are other people in the
No.
universe. I'm like, of course,
great.
of course, Brie Larson's
Right.
character is
None of
saying
them
that.
concern us. Get back, get back here.
Like, no, hey, you know what your best shot is at helping all those people? Come back here.
Yes.
Help us. The Purple Man. Purple Man with stones.
We need help against him.
That's where he is on this planet.
Yes. Yeah. Anyways, the Panthers win. Imagine it's clear you're gonna win the game. You've scored a hat trick already on your way to 4 goals. The
Sam Reinhart.
the Conn Smythe trophy's in the bag. Like, how great are you feeling at that moment? Like, there's like, what more can you do?
I mean, well, it was Sam Bennett who won the Conn Smythe thing.
all right.
Like,
Okay, I take that back.
Reinhardt was the one who had the 4 goal. Dude, everyone on that team was just a winner.
Yes.
Barkov, winner. Reinhardt, winner. Verhage,
Yeah.
Bennett. Even their 4th. Dude, look at their 3rd line. It was Brad Marchand, Anton Lundell, and I think I'm totally blanking on who the third guy was on that line. Damn it! But
That's how good they are. You know, it doesn't matter. They didn't need a third guy. They could have played that line with two guys on there.
Brad Marchand. Done. That's all you needed to know about that third line.
Right. Yeah.
But, dude, that team was so good.
No.
I think Luostarinen was the one on that line. I don't know.
Let's say, yeah, I could look it up, but we're yeah.
Also, Jesper Boqvist was on that team. Dude,
yeah.
There were so many players.
Yeah, and I have a story pulled up here. They broke the cup already. They cracked the cup.
Imagine winning. Imagine being the Florida Panthers.
Okay.
You win the Stanley Cup on home ice. So afterward, you go in the locker room. That's your pregame. You're pre-gaming in the locker room by dousing yourselves in champagne and probably, I assume, Michelob Ultra, because I think that's what...
Was that the sponsor?
I assume
the official beer of the NHL?
And then maybe
Ultra?
Michelob Ultra.
Plus 60 calories. Yeah, you know, these guys are athletes, so...
They didn't care about... They're putting on... They are 5 pounds fatter than they were when they won.
Okay.
In just pure beer fat.
Right.
And then after that, after you do that, and you're done with your pressers, where you're already buzzed, if not already
in the bag,
just
wasted.
Like, if not already at the point of no return.
Yeah.
So you're at the point of no return. You think, well, might as well. And then after that, you go down. You take a super luxurious, expensive bus down to Miami.
Yes.
You go down the
Party
South
City,
the club capital of the world.
Yes.
And you get in to the, probably on the owner's dime. You go in there for free.
Right.
And you get into the nicest club that you can possibly think of. And then you're probably out until 5 a.m.
Yes. Well, funny you should mention that. I'm trying to pull up the story.
Oh.
Apparently, wherever they went.
My God.
Ran up a tab of roughly $500,000, $500,000. Place called 11 Even or 11 or whatever.
I think I've heard of that.
Yeah. This is a club that's open 24 hours on the weekends, so it says here a lot of players didn't want to leave. That reportedly the club covered the tab. I can't see that happening.
No club.
I can't see that happening. Oh yeah, no, it says New York Post. Ran up a tab, didn't have to pay a cent. Why?
I mean, that's
wow. They're doing that. Look at that picture. They're at the club holding it up. That's awesome, man.
Again, dude, it's if I am, God willing, if I witness the Devils win the Stanley Cup and it's at home, I told you the first thing I'm doing is taking a train or I'm Uber. I will spend every cent on an Uber up to American Whiskey at.
That's where you're celebrating.
Oh yeah, that's where I do it. Nobody else, dude. I'm not. Dude, you think I'm spending that night in my room?
No, absolutely not. No, why would you? Captain Alexander Barkov had to pull Brad Marchand away from the club at 5 a.m. once he found out the bill was comped. So imagine you're still there, and they're like, "Hey, we got this. Hey, like I'm not leaving.
You know those guys are.
I'm leaving.
Dude, those guys
bottle
are
of Dom and Cristal. Yes,
dude, like hockey players are animals as it is. You take that team, Matthew Tkachuk, Sam Bennett, Brad Marchand.
And it says Marchand was going to pay the tab before he realized it was comped.
Marchand.
That's what it says.
I don't think hockey players get paid enough to have that much cash on hand at any given time.
You're right.
Or it's probably in credit cards.
Yeah.
Those guys probably have like Amex.
Oh, the black one,
like a
black
cards,
yeah.
Platinum Amex card.
Get some pretty good points out of that. He gets some pretty good points. It's Martian crowd surfing.
Oh, dude, he is.
He's there. These guys are.
He is
lit,
gone. Man. He is gone.
Yeah.
I wonder what, dude.
You're crowd surfing the Pink Pony Club. This is what more What more do you need to achieve in life? And you're holding the cup. That's it.
Oh my
what
God.
more?
Of course, Chapel Run playing in the background.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Oh my God.
Why would the club pick up that whole tab? I'd be like, we'll pay half, even, or we'll like.
No, first of all, that should be on the owner to pay.
Oh no, I agree.
How the hell do you run up $500,000 in one night?
I don't think it's that hard. In
not
Miami?
even one night.
Dude,
you probably
they
got
check-
done. You probably got to. Also, they were in like good club clothes, so they changed into like jeans, and they probably showered and freshened up. They probably got there at like midnight. And then how do you run up? That is if Brad Marchand is getting dragged out by his neck at 5 a.m. and they got there at midnight.
Yes.
That's only 5 hours. That is $100,000 an hour.
Yeah. Well, this is the.
Well, I assume, okay, yeah, I've heard this.
This is the Bruins receipt from what year? I can't remember what
2011.
year. It was 2011. They ran up $156,679 tab, but I think one of the bottles of champagne was like $100,000.
Okay, so a $100,000 bottle of champagne.
But this
if
this is chump change next to $500,000.
Okay, so even if you just got like, I'm being generous, 2 of those golden bottles of champagne,
Right.
you are getting. That's still $300,000
Yes.
that you're somehow fine. How do you spend that type of money at a club? I guess you're like buying rounds for the whole place.
Sure.
I assume that. No, nobody paid there that night.
No.
Everybody ate.
Everybody ate. This is our goal, is to be in this kind of situation.
Imagine
where
being a. First of all, if you were bartending that night, you probably.
Oh, you got tipped. You got tipped.
No,
well.
you probably made like a year's salary.
I hope so. Yeah. Yeah, that was the shift you wanted. Where like nobody.
Or maybe
literally-
it's the one that you don't want because you're gonna be spending. You probably get some type of like shell shock from that. You have to.
Worth it.
I'm just mad. Like again, I worked at a restaurant for like a month. That ticket beeper. That every time I hear that still gives me
traumatic. Yeah.
That still triggers a response in my head. But like, no, I wouldn't be able to. Well, first of all, you probably wouldn't have to work for the rest of the year. You could probably kick back or throw that money in the, I don't know, like Palantir or something, and just let it ride for a little while, and just periodically take money out of that, and then let that just pay some basic expenses.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, dude, it's
May
so
we
funny.
get to celebrate like this one day.
Now I've said on this show before, if the Devils win the Stanley Cup and if I'm in the building, I said like I don't care really, like I'll make out with multiple men if need be.
I'm gonna need a couple more shots for that, but sure.
Well, okay, first of all, if we're at a Devils game, say it's like 5-0 in the third period.
Okay, and
I'm starting.
Okay,
I'm
All right,
starting by then.
We're just kissing everybody.
No, I'm starting with the drinking by then.
Oh, okay, done.
I'm starting.
Sure.
No, by then I'm starting.
Right.
So I'm already gonna be like in a daze.
Yeah.
Like there's not gonna be like that. It's second. Say it's we're up 5-0, second intermission. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna run up to the bar, the beer cart, wherever
the
it is.
Belvedere Ice Bar or whatever.
And then I'm just gonna say
bartender.
No, I'm just gonna throw a $100 bill on the table, be like, "Get me a 12-pack," and then just like right there. No, get Trulies.
Oh, yeah,
Those I learned the hard way.
Trulies,
dude. You wouldn't think. Dude. Think about how much. No, look at the percentage.
It's 4 or 5. Yeah,
dude, it is. No, it's. If you get the versions with
the
like
stronger, that is 8. Yes,
they're the stronger.
I'm aware
dude,
of these.
You could have. I had. Dude.
Yeah.
It is not. It's not pretty.
No.
Like you also like I. Like no, I'm not gonna go there. But
right.
like. But like, I, like, no, I'm not gonna go there. But like, 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 but like
Yeah.
Like, I also don't drink enough to be
Well,
like
you're-
have like
you know,
enough of a
you-
tolerance,
right,
Which
you-
is shocking because I'm 21 and you
Yeah.
think I'd go
Well,
wild.
listen, it's a
like-
long game. Again, it's like training. Or you're in your rookie season. It's cool.
Yeah, rookie season.
season,
Yeah, I gotta.
Yeah, you got to build up.
30 points in 75 games. It's good enough.
Good. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like-
oh yeah.
No, but if it's Stanley Cup final and
Yeah.
say it's like Game 6,
Okay,
of the Stanley
because we're
Cup final,
celebrating,
or it's like no, like 5-0 after the second period. I'm like, okay, like that's when I can start. Say it's like really close, then
It'd be fun. Beat Championship Plaza.
you got Oh
fun,
my
Newark.
God.
Although Newark,
that is-
may burn down that night, man. You got to be careful.
Well, Newark's burning down regardless.
Yeah,
but
I
like,
guess.
that one part of Newark, I would say there's 2 blocks in that town that are safe. Like the Edison Avenue is the
like around the Prudential Center. Yeah. You're
Yeah.
probably right.
like it's the only place where I'm confident that it's safe because they would not build that arena anywhere else in that town.
Right.
I don't know what they were thinking putting it there to begin with. I was like, hey, just saying, we did a hell of a lot better in the swamp, and it was a lot easier to reach from here.
They're trying to revitalize downtown Newark. I think that was probably their goal.
And that they failed, dude, because it's Newark, dude. You can't brand that. It can't be like New York City where you already have the branding and the mystique of that town.
Yeah.
You can't just. You could fix up New York and make it be cool again.
Right.
You can't fix up Newark because even like back then, people thought it was gross. Like Camden could become the safest town in the U.S. and I wouldn't know it.
Right.
I could go down there. There could be flying cars, and everything could be run on like hydro fuel or whatever. Nope, that's Camden.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. The only thing that they have going for them is the aquarium.
Right.
And that's out of desperation because that's the only aquarium in New Jersey, and I was a shark kid growing up.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we get to experience this.
Hopefully
sometime
soon. Dude, I want to be in my 20s.
Yeah. Well,
That's all I ask. I want to be in prime party. Although it doesn't matter how old I am. I could be 60 and I could see them.
kind of got a window right now, so that's
a window that they are squandering.
starting to
with.
close. But
They are Well, I don't know about starting to close. The Jack and Nico contracts are really, really.
they're good.
Generous.
They're really good.
They're really
And,
generous.
you know-
Again, dude, it takes so much time for some
yeah.
of these guys to break through. I mean, look at Barkov. He was drafted in 2013.
Yeah. True. And could the other Hughes brothers be coming over? We don't know.
Dude,
But
Quinn, I am.
are they making moves
If
now?
I am Tom Fitzgerald, the one thing that I am trying to do is move Dougie Hamilton and Andre Palat. Like, as much as I love Dougie Hamilton,
I think both of those are probably in the works, right? At least at some level.
Pat Verbeek will take everybody but Andre Palat, it seems.
Yeah. But could Quinn Hughes trade or the acquisition? Could it be in the works already? I say yes.
Well, I mean,
And
Jim
how-
Rutherford gave the worst press conference that you could ever give. Like, he basically said, yeah, Quinn wants to play with both of his brothers. He
Not
thought,
even hiding his hand.
No, he thought that he would. No, he basically said, "Oh yeah, I'm going to try and bring Jack and Luke over to Vancouver." It's like,
Yep.
no, that is
that's
absolutely not the
not
case.
happening.
Like, no, that the only way that that's happening is also kiss all your leverage goodbye.
Yeah, right.
Like, you're getting Dougie Hamilton, and I don't even know if Simone Nemec goes back in that deal.
Yeah.
We'll give you Simone Nemec just for the generosity,
Sure.
I guess, but. Like, you're getting Dougie Hamilton, Simone Nemec, and a first-round pick, and you will like it.
Yeah. Enjoy. Another news.
Give us Pedersen while you're at it, too.
Yeah.
That team is
Yeah,
a
that'll
mess.
work.
You see it? They just traded for Evander Kane.
Yes.
That's the same Evander Kane who took like 5 offensive zone penalties in the Cup final.
Yeah.
Is on the Canucks now. So
Enjoy that.
You
Have
know,
fun with that. Have fun with
that there's nothing could go wrong with that guy on an already drama-laden team.
Right.
That's going to be fun to watch, dude. The Canucks are a great soap opera.
Yeah. Hockey Hall of Fame, class 2005. Zdeno Chara.
Okay, finally Alexander McGillney.
Yes, that's what
Oh
I'm
my
getting at.
God, dude. It's about time.
Yeah.
He was one of the first defectors.
Yeah.
His story of him defecting alone should have gotten him in here his first year of eligibility.
I agree. And
Also, not to mention, he was just really, really good. Cup champion with the Devils.
Mm-hmm.
Point per game player in 01 on, which is still, in my opinion, the best Devils team ever. Even though they lost in the final, I still think that team pound for pound beats anyone.
yeah, but congrats, Alexander. Finally. Finally.
Also, the other guys here are just guys you can expect.
Yeah,
Chara, Joe Thornton.
Duncan Keith. Yeah.
Yeah, Duncan Keith. Duncan Keith maybe a little shot, but I mean, Conn Smythe.
Sure.
You know, I think he won a Norris in there at some point. He was the defensive headliner on the biggest dynasty of the 2010s. So,
Yeah. NBA, congratulations, Oklahoma
to
Thunder.
Thunder. Although, like, I'm sorry, dude. Game 7. I mean, this championship's gonna have an asterisk on it because of the Halliburton injury.
Yeah.
Also, I think it was like 3 of 4 from 3 to start the game. He was. I'm convinced that if Halliburton was healthy, they would have won that game.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm sorry, Tyrese Halliburton just strikes me as one of those guys who, like, he's not denied
No, he gets
of those big moments.
No,
Tyrese Halliburton is like that guy.
the NBA Jam. He's on fire. Yes, that mode. Yes.
No, he is there's nobody else in the sport right now who, like, I used to think, oh, Jalen Brunson's the guy I want in a big spot. No. Give me Halliburton. Anytime, dude. Like, a gun to my head. I need a guy to make a big shot.
Yep.
Tyrese Halliburton.
Give him the ball. Give him the ball. So yeah, very unfortunate. Yeah, a lot of Achilles injuries this year for whatever reason.
Oh my God, yeah.
A lot of them.
So brutal.
And if you've ever injured your Achilles, I've not torn it, but just through running, I've had a sore Achilles. It affects everything. It sucks.
I think it hurts. Like,
It sucks.
really, really hurts. Yeah.
It sucks. You can't do anything. Yeah, it sucks. But
I was like, I saw this clip though, where it was basically like, you see all these clips of basketball players like writhing around, or everybody else just writhing around on the ground in excruciating pain after tearing their Achilles. And then you just had Aaron Rodgers give his little blank reaction. I saw, like, it was a reel or a tweet where it was like, how many perks was Aaron Rodgers on when he tore his Achilles?
Yeah, he was like,
just like not really feel anything.
Right, no reaction.
The guy was so fucked up in that
Just,
game.
he was just fully numb, but yeah.
No, it was more like he got back up and he was like, "Oh wait, I can't walk anymore." And
Yeah,
then he
ow.
just fell back.
Oh, something. Oh, I think I tore something. Oh,
No,
well.
it wasn't like he didn't feel any like real pain.
No
He
pain.
was like, "Oh, I can't walk. This is weird."
Oh, imagine that.
Like, what happened there? And then
Dang.
he just sort of, all he did was he just laid down on the ground just to signal to the staff, like, yeah, dude,
Yeah.
I'm not coming back.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, they took him out, and of course,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
MetLife Stadium.
Yeah. So I mentioned I was in Houston last week. Shockwave through the city of Houston as Kevin Durant gets traded.
Okay, first of all, I don't know why everybody's making a big deal.
Shockwave.
First of all, okay, no. We can't seriously be making a big deal out of Kevin Durant getting traded in
well,
2025.
No,
there is
I agree.
no way.
37-year-old Kevin Durant, yeah.
He's 37. We can't
Yeah.
be having this conversation. This can't be a dominating headline in the sports world. No.
Yeah.
Can't do it. You just can't. Oh yeah, and they traded Jalen Green.
They
in
did,
the process.
which,
He was 23.
yes.
23 years old. Yeah. So
no slouch himself. Great
yeah,
player.
yeah. Fuck having a championship
Great
win,
player.
though, apparently.
Yeah, averaging 21 points per game. It's great, but the city was very excited though.
I mean, of course. I mean, the name.
Sure.
I mean, sure, KD is a name. He's a brand. He's his own entity. I mean, he's one of the greatest scorers of the younger part of my generation, or the older part of my, I guess. But like, no, you can't be making that move in 2025 and thinking that it's a major needle mover, especially if you're trading Jalen Green.
Right.
Like, why do they have the second best betting odds? I don't think.
Hey, this is according to the Houston Chronicle. So,
Dude, KD is, he's 37, bro.
second best betting odds to win the 2026 champion. We're looking a little ahead.
Okay, I'll look at his stats right now and I'll
Okay.
see if I change my tune.
Change your mind? Oh yeah. I mean.
Okay, he averaged 26 points a game.
Sure.
Never mind, he's still doing it. Okay, never
Right.
mind.
Yeah.
But he's 37. He's due at any point to fall off. But like,
Yes.
there's no way, dude. 26. How the hell do you? Dude. Okay. Know what? Fine. No, I know nothing about this sport. Apparently, I know nothing.
Well, listen, we'll be sitting here
because Kevin Durant is still very much an elite scorer.
We'll be sitting here in a year, and we'll be either it worked or it didn't.
I don't know. I just think, even though he's put up great numbers continuously, I don't know. I don't know if I can see it. Looking at me, it's pretty on par with most of his career numbers.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah, I'm an idiot.
Oh.
You know what?
Well, listen, declines happen very quick too. So, especially as you get older, believe me.
Dude, once you're,
Believe me.
I mean, look at Tom Brady.
Yeah.
I mean, he was on top of the... Well, I think it was
Well,
because...
still.
Like, his diet was so strict, and it's literally once you hit a certain age, your cell structure starts to...
Oh, well, I mean, a lot of things start. Your eyesight, everything starts to go.
No, again, like, I think I brought this up plenty of times. But in his final year, where you would watch his press conference, you could see his skull. And I was watching, I'm like, no, there's no way that is a healthy human being. That is not healthy. No, retire so you can eat like a person again. Dude, all he was doing to quote-unquote fight father time was just eating grass and drinking like goat's milk or whatever it was. I don't know.
Yeah, and working out. So yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
You don't get 7 rings by sitting on sitting in your duff, watching TV. I guess, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Discipline. Yeah.
I mean, dude, Patrick Mahomes has a bit of a. Patrick Mahomes is in similar shape to that I'm in, like at least aesthetically speaking.
Right. Yeah.
He's got a belly.
Yeah, a little bit.
I mean, sure, you could probably outbench me like twofold, but
Well, maybe that's why they lost this year. I think there are other problems, but
no, the Chiefs they didn't belong in that game.
well, clearly, as we know now, yeah.
Well, I don't think anybody was really beating the Eagles this year.
Yeah, no. I guess not. So, how's your golf game?
It's all right.
Improving?
It's all right. I'm learning things here and there. I'm learning to keep my feet closer together on my irons.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm playing again on Sunday, so.
Do you, we don't really have one close to us, but I guess up in Edison, you ever go to Top Golf? Are you a Top Golfer?
I've
You like
never,
hitting neon rings or what?
I've never been to a Top Golf
Oh.
before. No, I want to go one day. Oh my god.
I did. It was fun. I did this. Comic-Con set up a night where I got to go and people came with me. It was fun.
I wonder what the Ming Chen swing looks
It's
like.
not. I think I posted a video. You were like, you gotta pivot your foot, or your toe. Yeah, you critiqued my swing for sure.
Yeah,
It's not great.
It's about lifting the right heel.
Not great. And then the then they give you. I use the clubs that they give you at Topgolf. They make you look a lot better. It's an oversized driver head. Like anybody could drive it a couple hundred yards with that thing. It was fun though. It was fun. I would do it again. But now I think they're trying to replicate that that kind of video game format. I think there's one you go to a batting cage, and it's similar.
Yeah, I know there's batting cages where it's like a simulator.
Yeah.
Where it's like you hit it and
I'd
there's
love
screen
to.
that
Man,
shows
I
how.
haven't swung a bat in a while now. I think about it.
Yeah, me too. I have not. It's been way too long.
I think
since
my
I've
eyesight
swung
has
any bat.
deteriorated where I have to do this slow pitch softball machine. Yeah. Anyways.
Meanwhile, when I was 8 years old, I could switch it.
I mean, yeah.
Also, I could make contact with anything.
Yeah.
Like my dad would be throwing to me in the backyard, and he'd throw me a pitch that was like over my head, and I'd be like, "Tink."
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd put it in play, and he'd be like, "Dude, what the hell?"
Yeah. What could have been? We could have had our own bobblehead nights, but
The camel. Oh, dude, no. It would be a bad idea to make me a Major League Baseball player and put me in front of a microphone and give out bulletin board material. No, I would rage bait Yankee fans. That is what I'd
sure.
do. No, I'd say all the things that I say about that franchise now. I'd say, yeah, they're losers. I don't take
Yeah.
them seriously.
Yeah.
They're pathetic. Look at what they've done.
Yeah.
They haven't won anything in a while. That's not the Yankees of old.
Yeah. No, that's
They're losers. And then since they are losers, I'd be able to back up my shit talk.
yeah.
Because they're cowards whenever somebody does talk shit about them. And then I'd probably hit 2 homers in Yankee Stadium. I'd flip the bat. No, I would rub it in their face.
Sure.
So hard. I would be the ultimate troll. And then I'd turn around in free agency and sign with them.
Ah. I mean, that's the formula. So yes.
And then sync it up for them. Because like that's what happens when the Yankees sign big contracts.
Yeah. Well, good luck out there on the links. I'll join you one of these days. I keep saying.
I mean, it's too hot. Too hot right now.
It is very warm right now.
That's an
Oh,
understatement.
sorry. I'll go early in the morning. I can wake up early
I'm not.
or play late.
I'm not playing early in the morning.
Okay,
I'm
play
not-
late then.
play-
Play late. 7:00 before sunset.
Also, like the next time I get a new set of clubs, it's probably going to be a while from now. I need to have like adult money.
They're very expensive. Yes.
No, but like I need to get them fitted because
Oh, that too.
too
Yeah.
tall.
Yeah.
The clubs I have now, it's like they work, but I have to like bend down a little bit.
I'll take your hand-me-downs. I don't have to bend down.
Yeah, when I eventually get new clubs,
Like, here you go.
I'd probably like, dude, depending on how I do, maybe like 5 to 10 years down the line, I'd be like, yo, dude, you want clubs?
Yeah. Remember how you said you wanted to learn how to play golf? Here you go. Thanks.
You'll be a golfing age by then.
I think so. Yeah.
Just be like,
Yeah. Might have some more free time. Who knows? So. You got anything else?
Nope.
right.
I'm tapped out. All right. Anyways, from Ming Chen and a Shared Universe podcast studio, I am Cameron Woolley. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, stay classy, New Jersey.